What the heck is up, fruit friends? I've got something super special today. These are Vexator blue Jaboticabas. Huge shout out to Jaboticaba Miami. I'm gonna tag her in the description. Just an awesome woman, an awesome farm. They make awesome fruits over there, and you really got to check out her page. Check them out. So generous, so nice, and they have these amazing Jaboticabas for you to try. In the past, she sent me another species. I think it was a black sabra. Delicious. It was like my favorite fruit. Little about these guys. I think they're actually not a true Jaboticaba. When I think of Jaboticaba, I think of the black sabra, which I think is, so they're in the same family. The family of both the Vexator and the Jaboticaba it's called Myrtaceae. I'm really bad at scientific names, but I think it's Myrtaceae. So that's the family. The genus is where it's different. For the Jaboticaba genus, I believe is a Plinia. So for for black sabra, I think for the Jaboticaba, it's Plinia. The most known one is a Plinia cauliflora. Plinia cauliflora. That's a tongue twister. These ones, and in the family Myrtaceae. These ones are in the family Myrtaceae, but the genus is Myrtaceae Vexator. Vexator is the species. So these are the family is Myrtaceae. The genus is Myrtaceae and then the species is Vexator. Now these are very similar to Jaboticabas. They grow on the tree, a little similar. I think these might grow more on the branches rather than the trunk, but it's a totally interesting tree. They grow on the tree itself. I'll have to attach a picture to describe what I'm talking about. Super cool in that respect. The trees themselves, just like Jaboticabas, take a long time to grow. So if you want to grow them, they grow best from seed, but I think you can do grafts and air layers. It just might require a little more work. It's a little harder, and they don't always take. They're not always successful. So if you want to start growing these, start them from seeds. Start them now, because it could take up to 8 to 15 years to grow, depending on the species. Just like these are otherwise known as the blue tree grape, and because they're blue or purple, dark purple, and they look like a grape. I've heard they also taste like grapes, specifically muscadine grapes, which I've never had. As you can tell by their skin, the skin is super rich in antioxidants, so these are a relatively healthy snack. The trees can be absolutely loaded with fruit, and I believe that they do fruit several times a year. So this could be the kind of thing where you're just pulling off fruit all year long, which just sounds amazing. I'm actually going to try and grow some of these seeds myself, and I'm in it for the long haul, so we'll see what happens. Check back in 10 years and see if I've got any fruits for you. Anyways, let's cut some of these open and give them a try. So as you can see inside, there's a white pulp. They do have seeds. I believe these seeds are a little bit larger than your traditional Jaboticaba seeds. They could have 1 or 2 seeds. It's like a white flesh with some hints of reds and purples, blues, and then there's white veins. I'm trying to get the camera to focus. It doesn't want to focus on me. I'll get some close-ups later because it won't focus, but there are white veins in there. So it is a thicker skin as well. We will be trying the skin, but let's try this white flesh at first. Whoa. That is delicious. So that one, I got 1 large seed out of it. It's absolutely delicious. I wish there was more fruit, and more flesh, the flesh to seed ratio. But what I did taste of like that pulp, the flesh, delicious. I would describe it as, it's similar to a grape. It's similar to like a red, like a Concord grape. But it's also, it's berry-like. It's kind of got the flavor of several berries, kind of like a berry medley. Noticeably like a blue, I notice a blueberry taste, a lot of blue. I'm gonna have some more. We'll work on that taste, but let's try the skin. So there is still some of that white pulp in there, so we'll try the skin. Whoa. Ooh. I heard that the ooh. Whoa. That better be good for you, because it's interesting. I would say the skin is not for the faint of heart. It's quite bitter. I would even say it's a bit astringent. However, it's not all bitter. It's mildly sweet as well, and like very mildly sweet. But there's also a nice floral component, like a kind of herbal part. I'm gonna have a couple of more of these off camera and think about the flavor notes. Cut one more right open. So I think typically you don't cut them open the way I did. I think you can just kind of pop it open in your mouth. Let's try it. And then suck out the pulp. Yeah. Did you hear that? Crack the skin. It's quite a thick skin. So you don't need a knife. Wow, very sweet. Well, that was very sweet. Delicious. And then let's just try that. The skin is very interesting. I could see why some or a lot of people wouldn't like it. It's kind of growing on me. I'm just gonna eat a whole one. Mixing the skin and the pulp is also quite interesting. I actually might prefer that. The sweetness of the pulp kind of like breaks up the astringent property of the skin, and then the floral property of the skin kind of just bolsters the flavor of the pulp. Interesting. Let me try just the pulp and get another flavor profile for just the white fleshy part. All right, it took a bit of work, but I figured it out. I figured out the flavor of these guys. So there was another flavor, like kind of grape-like, kind of like, I've had this really thick-skinned with a seeded grape before. It kind of tasted like that. It tastes like a little bit like blueberries, but then there's this other flavor. I'm like, what is it? It's similar to, I would say, a very sweet plum. Partially, like part of a plum, like part of you pull some of the plum flavor out, right? And then you mix it with the grape and the blueberry, and that's kind of what we're at right here. Very juicy. I think I do actually like the pulp more than the skin. I'd rather just eat the pulp. The skin's like not that bad actually, and I hear it's really good for you. Supposedly really high in tannins. Don't even know what that is. Definitely antioxidants. These were grown in Florida. Again, huge shout out to Jaboticaba, Miami. Check out their page on Instagram. Check out their farm. And then I think these were grown. I think these are native to like Central America maybe, or parts of South America as well. But that's all I got for you. I'm gonna try growing some of these seeds. If you have any tips for sprouting the seeds, let me know, because I would love to have a tree of my own one day. Phenomenal fruit. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one.